Okay, welcome back to SoCal Surf with Dan Nappy. Today we went to Newport, but little twist in the action. After surfing for a couple hours, I took the bodyboard and also met some more rookies to teach surfing. So pretty complete day. First off, sun was out at break of dawn. There was no clouds, so sunny immediately. It was warm. The water felt a little colder than usual, but it quickly warmed up when the sun came out. So water's still great. It was smooth and glassy. I got there pretty early, about 5:30, and there was nobody. Just one guy in the water by the pier and a couple down towards the jetties. And so for the first half hour, it was just two of us out there surfing, which is great because you just take off on any wave you want. And that goes well. And then, around 6:30, started to get more people. And by 7 o'clock, it got, starting to get a little crowded. And so I went further north a little bit. But for the most part, it was just smooth and glassy. And the waves were about shoulder high by the pier and smaller as you go towards the jetties north. And got some really good lefts. One right I got that came off the bottom and came right underneath the lip with a sweeping turn and rode that out, which is always a thrill. If you can't ride it out, you don't get the points, dude. Even though we're not surfing for points, you still want to ride it out if you can. And then some beautiful lefts, real smooth and glassy faces. I took one down so far. I mean, I was by the pier, and by the time I got done with that wave, I was halfway to the jetties, it seemed like. Not really, but pretty far down. And then I paddled out, and that long paddle back, that's the drawback for getting a long ride, is you got to paddle all the way back out. But pretty mellow. I was able to miss all the sets, so I paddled out pretty easy and paddled back across towards the pier pretty quickly. So not much to talk about there. But then the waves got a little bit crowded towards 8 o'clock, and I was meeting some people down by 24, so I started surfing my way north, and I caught a few waves going north, and I kind of sat for a while. I wasn't getting anything because they weren't as big, and I guess I was anticipating a bigger wave here and there. So I moved in a little bit and caught some of the smaller ones, which were probably waist high, and rode those. Got some good, fun rides. They're just not very fast and powerful when they're that small, but they're still fun. So I took a nice left, and then as I paddled back out, sure enough, here comes the set, the big set. And so I paddled as hard as I could to get out to it, but I couldn't make it. I made it past the breakers. By the time I turned around, there was no waves left, so all the big ones had passed me by. I was inside, and so I waited out there thinking that some more would come, and they didn't. So the small waves are all I had to work with, so I moved on down to 24 to catch some waves there while I watched for my group to show up, more family members. And so went down to 24 and caught some waves, caught about, I'd say 3 or 4, all lefts. I kept looking towards the shore, and then when I saw them starting to set up their tents, they bring a lot of stuff to the beach. So I headed in and gave the rookie the smaller board. She's been on that big foam board from Costco, and it's easy to catch waves and easy to stand up. So I thought I'd give her my smaller board, my 7-footer, have her try that, which she did, and she caught some waves and stood up on it. So very good on that behalf. So that went well. And so all in all, it was a pretty big day. I sat around and helped with some surfing with the other kids, and as I sat there, I thought I'd try the bodyboard. So I got my bodyboard, went back to my car and got my fins and got my stuff, went out. And this is the first time I'd really gone bodyboarding with fins. I usually just stand in the shallower water and jump into some waves, usually in Huntington Beach where the waves were bigger. So I went all the way out with my fins, and it was, I have to get used to them first because I didn't know much about fins. So I put those on and headed out and got me all the way outside the breakers just like I would if I was regular surfing, and caught one wave, and it was easy to catch. I didn't realize how easy it was to catch waves with those fins on. So I paddled and kicked in and dropped in. It was a big wave, for that area. probably waist high. Went sliding down the face and didn't turn, just kind of went straight because that's my first one. And so I did that, and I thought, well, that's pretty good. So I paddled back out, paddled and kicked in, and then I saw a really good wave with a beautiful left on it. And I thought, well, let's see if I can get this to go left. So I took off, caught the wave pretty easy with those fins, turned immediately to my left, and got right inside the wave and started flying down the line. And then I went, as it started to close out, I kind of just went underneath it, and it tumbled me over, and a lot more than I thought it was going to, because the wave wasn't that big, but I think it doubled up on another wave as I was going under it, and it rolled me over like a burrito, and I rolled over, and then I was gotten thrown around quite a bit on that little wave. I thought, that's stronger than I thought, but it was pretty good to go left on that. And when you're on a bodyboard, of course, you're looking up at the wave where I would have been looking down on it from a surfboard, so it looked bigger, but really fun. Bodyboarding was fun. So, all I've learned from that was the fins are essential, I think, in catching waves, because I've tried to catch waves without fins on a bodyboard, and I was unsuccessful. So the fins make all the difference in the world. So if you're going to bodyboard, get yourself a good fitting pair of fins. And I say good fitting, the right size, because my feet got sore really quick, tired, I should say, because I'm not used to wearing fins. So I guess that takes a little bit of getting used to, just like paddling does. But overall, I would do it again. So if you're done surfing, grab a bodyboard and go out and get some of the other waves. A lot of times in Huntington, that's the best shore break for bodyboarding. It's strong and big, and you can really fly. So there you go. Good day at Newport. We'll see what tomorrow shall bring. I'm hoping for some good waves tomorrow. You never know. It's been great lately. The water's been warm. The wind is non-existent in the morning, so it's glassy, smooth faces. You can just fly down the line, not have to worry about bumps. You can do your deep turns because it comes around real smooth. It's not bumpy. So that glassy water is my favorite. So pretty good surf. I will see you tomorrow, and we'll see what happens. Thanks for listening, and check out our sponsors, Task Bullet, nappyclothing.com, Merch Hero, and Swing Easy Hammocks by Dan Nappy. You can check those out. That'd be awesome. Thanks. See ya. Bye.